everyone! Today I'm going to be doing a different kind of video where I'm going to be doing a type of declutter, but also an organization, kind of go through something with you that I don't think I've shared on my channel before, and that is going through all of my empty product containers. So whenever I use up either a makeup product, a skincare product, or a hair care product that is in, or even sometimes body care, because I think I have a couple of body care products in there. Whenever I use that up and it comes in a good container, I usually keep it, set it aside, clean it out in case I need to use it for another purpose. A lot of the smaller size, like sample size type of things, I like to use those for travel. I also like to use them for when I have like a foil packet sample, and then I can empty out the contents of that into like a little jar, and it makes it so much easier to use. Or spray bottles, I use the spray bottles all the time. Like spray bottles can be used for anything. It can be used for water, it can be used for cleaning supplies, it can be used for glasses cleaner, it can be used for like so many things. So I try and do that, and then every year I kind of just create a pile and I'll usually just reach through that pile whenever I need something. I saw that this pile had gotten way out of control. So I needed to go through it, narrow it down, get rid of some stuff, keep some things, and I decided, why not just share that with you guys? Let's get into this, let's get started, and I'll just show you my whole process. So I have a huge pile. I just dumped everything out of all of my empty containers that I keep or have kept over the past long while, and I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna organize, see what I want to keep, what I want to repurpose, talk you guys through it, things like that. I'm not gonna keep all of this. I just don't have the room to hang on to all this, and probably wouldn't use all of it obviously at once. So what I'm gonna do is, I have this basket here that I'm going to fill up. I have this that I normally put like the little small jars into, but I'm gonna fill this up, and then only what fits in here I think is what I'm gonna keep. So we'll see how I do and what I end up with. So to start, I am just going to kind of work my way through and put like products together, like containers together, and section those off. So I'm going to kind of speed up and show you guys that process. So I have them kind of laid out and organized a little bit here. So we are going to start with this group here that I have lined up, and these are all like tops that pop open and have like a dispenser of some sort. I've got a couple of big sized ones, and I don't think that I need all of these, so I definitely think that I can narrow this down a bit. I really do like these Mario Badescu ones because they are pretty clear, so I think I'm actually going to keep both of those, and I can always remove the stickers as well. This one here actually has still some like gunk in it, which is kind of gross, and I do like this container. I actually might set this aside for a DIY project along with some other containers right here, so I'll just show you that right now. So I have these alive ones, and then this keys pot that I'm thinking of doing like a Halloween DIY with, and I think that this could work well for that as well. So I'm going to set that aside for that project. I've got these, and I do really like these. Again, they are clear, which is nice. Actually, most of these are pretty clear. This one is the only one that's not super clear. This one's clear also. Okay, so after some back and forth, I decided to keep these two because these would be good for even like a cream product. So it could be liquid or cream, I feel like would work well in these. And then these I feel like would work really well for a liquid, and it's kind of nice to have two of the same size, I don't know, and same look. Kind of like that. This one is a maybe because I just really love the bottle and the lid and stuff. So this is, I don't know, if it fits then I'll keep it. If it doesn't fit, I'll get rid of it. And I did decide to just go ahead and get rid of this container here. All right, moving on to the same type of container but a lot smaller. It's really good for travel. So I use these like the most out of anything. And I think these 3 would be really nice to hang on to because they're similar and they're clear. So I am going to hang on to those. And then I was thinking of possibly hanging on to these 2 as well, and then just getting rid of this one right here. So this is still a good size, but I just feel like it's nice to have similar sizes, and I don't need to keep all of these. Like, that's a lot. So I think I'm definitely going to be getting rid of this one. This type of container, that's what I'm keeping so far. Okay, so I have 2 little categories here that I want to go through really quickly because they're very easy. I have these really small little dropper containers, and I'm keeping all 3. This is really good for if I get some kind of serum in a foil packet and it just gets all over the place. These are really good to put them in. Also for travel, if I don't want to bring a big large glass container, which sometimes these kind of products are in glass containers. So I'm going to be keeping all 3 of these. The next quick category I want to talk about are these 2. And this one I'm just going to keep for doing a back to Mac at some point. I definitely don't have enough products for that, but I do want to keep it for that purpose. So that's the only reason why I'm keeping this one. And then this little guy I was actually considering getting rid of, but then I kind of had a thought that this would only be good for like a 1-day, 1-use type of container. I think I'm going to clean this out and actually put maybe like a little bit of makeup remover in it or something like that, so I can just put this in my purse and have it at like as a touch-up on the go type of a thing. I think that'd be perfect because this is so tiny that I just think it'd be perfect for like an emergency little kit thing with a little bit of makeup remover in it. And if you have a really, really tiny container and don't know what to do with it, make like an emergency little kit and put like something that you might need in the container. So that's what I'm going to do with this. All right, so now I have this section over here, which is basically you take off the lid and it unscrews and then there's a hole. So it doesn't like squeeze out or dispense or anything, you kind of just dump it out. So I've got quite a few here. And right off the bat, I just realized that these Lancome containers, you really can't put anything else in because of the way that the top has this really small hole, and you're really not gonna be able to put anything in there and then use it again, and especially to fill it very well, unless you had some kind of little funnel thing, but I don't. And I think so I'm gonna get rid of all 3. I think I have 3 Lancome, so I have 2 of these and then this one here. So all 3 of these guys are going to be going. The remaining ones that we have here, I just opened the lids and rechecked them and looked at them, and they're not exactly what I thought they were. So this is actually gonna be very easy. I'm gonna actually be getting rid of a lot of these just because what I've realized is I'm not gonna be able to reuse them. So which really sucked because I was gonna keep all 3 of these because they're clear. I can take off the sticker and then they would all match. So I was really excited to keep these, but then I opened it up and again, it's that really narrow, small hole in the lid, and I just can't figure out how to get it off. So I'm going to be getting rid of all 3 of those. And also this one too is also like that. So I'm gonna have to be getting rid of this one, which again, I was kind of bummed out about because it's bigger, so it could hold a lot more if I wanted to make my own concoction or something. So I'm gonna have to get rid of all 4 of those. And then moving down to here, I think this has the same lid, so I am going to have to get rid of this Freeman one, and I think these 2 are the only ones I can keep out of the bigger ones. And this is glass, so this is kind of nice. I was considering repurposing this for my DIY project if I was going to keep all of those up there, but since I'm not keeping those, I'll probably hang on to this a little bit and think about whether I want to add it to that DIY or not. So out of all the big ones, I am just keeping these 2 right here. And then I have the mini sizes. So here I'm trying to be a little bit cutthroat because I don't want to keep too many things and not use them. So I was considering keeping these 2 because again, they're both the same, but I don't know, for some reason, I just feel like I probably wouldn't use these that much. So I am going to get rid of those 2. And then I'm also going to get rid of this, not clear, so I am going to be getting rid of that one. And then I'm just going to keep these two Clinique ones right here. And they're two different sizes, which is fine. They also might be useful for two different type of products. Or two different lengths stay if I was traveling. So I'm going to keep these and get rid of these three. I'm going to move on to this section over here, a couple of really quick and easy ones. I have this here. This is the only one that I have of like a lid nozzle that turns to close and open. And it is clear, so I am going to be keeping this one. The next one that is easy that I'm going to be keeping is this clear brow gel from Anastasia. So I can easily just clean this off, and then this could be a wand that I just use to brush out my brows, which is something I usually do reach for. So I'm going to clean this out and use it for that. You can also do that with like old mascaras and things, but I figured this might be a little bit easier to use. Last easy section is this candle. I only have one. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the freezer so I can pop out the wax, and then I'm going to clean it up so get all this black soot out of there, and then I can use this as a container to store things or use it for decor or whatever. That's what I like to do with the candle jars. Moving on to the spray containers. This one will be a little bit difficult because I actually use these a lot. This can be used for water, to have a spray bottle of water somewhere. It could be used for some kind of cleaning product. It can be used for all kinds of different things, for glass cleaner. I don't want to get rid of too many here, but I also don't need to keep this many. So I am going to get rid of this one. The sprayer on this is not that good, so this is going to go. This one I'm going to keep. Unfortunately, the cap is a little bit cracked on this one, but I am going to keep it because this sprayer is really, really good. So this is an absolute keep, and it'll be my only big one that I keep. I wish it was clear, but that's okay. So I'm going to keep that one. I am going to keep this one as well because it's good size, and again, it is clear. Same with this one and this one. Now these two I was considering keeping because they are the smallest, and these would be really good in like a kit of some sort, like a emergency kit or something. But the sprayer on this living proof one is not that good, so I'm definitely going to be getting rid of that one. And then this one I'm debating on whether to keep or not. Again, it is really small, good size, and I think the sprayer was okay on this one, so I might keep this as a maybe. And then moving up here, I'm definitely going to keep this one. I've used it a couple times for different things. This one I've actually used quite a few times as well, so I don't know, I might keep this one. Again, I've used for different things as well. Okay, so this is really difficult because I'm like wanting to keep all of these and just get rid of two. Okay, so here I have a couple of pump type products, and this one will be relatively easy to go through. So this one wouldn't be very easy to put like a new one in because it's got like a cartridge in there, so I am going to get rid of that one. I have two MAC pumps / sprays, and these two I am going to put with the Back to MAC with that foundation container because you really can't refill these, which kind of sucks. I wish you could because they have really good sprayers. This little guy, which is really good for oils, and I did appreciate kind of the pump on this, so I'm going to keep this one. This one I just realized that I can't even open, so I'm going to get rid of that one. This would be a really good one for like a travel bring with me kind of soap, like the foaming soap. I haven't tried it yet, but I think this would be a really good container for that, so I'm going to keep that for that purpose. This one, I absolutely love the dispenser on this. This I don't even think they make it anymore. I think they make the product, but not in this container. So basically you open this up, you can put a cotton pad on there and then push down and it dispenses the product. I really like this one, so I'm going to definitely be keeping that one. I was going to keep it, but I think if I were to make something that I would put in here and not need to see through and just make into like a concoction, like it wouldn't be for travel or anything like that, then I'd probably use a potted container. So I am going to get rid of this one as well. So I'm getting rid of these three, I'm keeping these three, and those two are going back to MAC. So I don't think I did too bad on that. I think that was pretty good. So I have these two Method hand soap pumps, And I kept these because they're clear. I've been wanting to try out like the liquid soap pouches or packs that you get that are the refills. So I wanted to try those out at some point and just keep a few of the jars. So that's why I have these two. I think I would need one more to like fill all the bathrooms or whatever, or possibly two more, but I think these two, they match and they could go in the master bathroom with the two sinks. So I am going to continue to hold on to these because I think that's a great way to reuse the containers and not have to buy more containers. And this is my last section of like my containers and things to go through, and these are all of like these potted containers, and I kind of have them sectioned out with the size in mind. So we've got our bigger tubs over here, got some more medium size, we have some smaller size over here, and then we have these ones which are more for like powder. So let's start with these powder ones right up front here. Smaller ones are really hard to fit like a brush into. I guess you could use them as like an eye powder, like under the eye type of powder thing, and use it with a smaller brush. Like maybe that's a possibility for something like this. And then also I could just take out this portion of the thing and then just have it be a regular pot. So I could do that as well, which I think is what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to move this over here with these, and then we'll go through that in that section. I have three that are basically the same exact size. These are all for powder as well. And then they also have the sifter in them. And I'm thinking that I might keep one of these, but not all of them. So I'm just kind of looking at the sifters right here and seeing which one I like better. This one was really hard to use, this Kat Von D sifter. So I'm gonna see if I can pull this out. Yeah, I can just pop that out, and then we're gonna move this over into the other section. Same with this one. The sifter only has like the 4 kind of biggish holes, so we're gonna pop this out if we can. Yep. And then we are gonna move this over to that section as well. I really like the sifter here. It has a lot of holes and it comes out pretty good amount, not too much, but not too little. So we're gonna keep this container in the smaller size, and this is the only one of this size that we're gonna keep with the sifter. Then I have these two. So I have another Dermablend. This is a little bit bigger, if you can see the difference there. And I think I might keep this one as well, because again, I really like this sifter that it has, and then I have these 2 different sizes and they also match, which is kind of cool. So I'm going to keep those. And then lastly we have this big one, and I wonder if I should keep this or not. I could probably take this out actually, like I did the smaller ones. I just don't see a reason to have like this big of one. I think I'm just going to stick to these 2 sizes for like a travel size powder version. So I'm going to take out the sifter, and maybe I'll consider keeping this as a normal pot for something else. So I'm going to move this into this section over here because it kind of fits with those sizes. So I'm trying to keep similar sizes together. So now I have a bunch of sifters that I took out that I'm going to get rid of. These kind of medium size that I actually just moved that one into. So we have a Lush container here. And I can't remember if you can take back Lush products. I feel like you can. I don't shop there that often, but I'm going to set this aside just like I did for the Back to Mac things. And then I have this Soap and Glory tub. Not my favorite when I keep containers. I usually like to keep them pretty neutral or see-through, which is what this one is. So actually, they're almost the same size. I think the pink one's like slightly taller. Yeah, it's slightly taller, but I think I'm actually going to keep the clear one, and I'm going to get rid of the Soap and Glory one. I've got these 2 over here, these 2 It Cosmetics ones, and they're exactly the same. They're actually a good size jar, and they're glass, which is nice, but I think I'm actually going to get rid of both of these. I think I have other containers here in various sizes that would work for whatever I would put into these. Let's tackle these guys here. This is the smaller section. So I've got 3 here that are about the same size. We've got this one here, which was a hair sample, and this one is clear, and I can just take off this sticker. So I am possibly thinking of keeping this one because of those reasons. So I'm thinking of keeping that one, and then I've got this one here, and it's like a light pink. This one's kind of a nice container. I don't know if I need it though. I'm thinking I'm actually going to get rid of this one. So far, keeping this one, getting rid of this one. And then this one, I think I'm going to do the same thing. I think I might get rid of this one as well. Yeah, there's just not a lot of room in there because this one's kind of like a curved inside kind of a thing. So there's really not a lot of space to put product in here. So I'm going to get rid of this container as well. Let's move on to these big tubs. Just knowing kind of what I've been talking about, I am going to be getting rid of this one. And then I think I'm also going to get rid of this one. I've had this for a long time. I do think it is a really good size tub. It is pretty big and it's white, so it's a good neutral color. It has a lot of space in there, but I think I'm actually going to get rid of this one finally just because I've had it for a while and I think it's good to switch it up a little bit. These ones are nice because they can be clear. I can just take off, you know, the sticker here, and there is a lot of room in here, a lot of space to put whatever concoction I want to come up with. So I think I'm going to keep these 2 and do that and just take off the stickers, and then there'll be clear containers to use and both the same size, which will be nice. And then this one, I really want to keep this one as well because these are really good containers. It is a slightly smaller. We're going to start off with getting rid of this one. This is a Lancome one. It's not clear see-through, and I don't need a bunch of the same size. As you can see, these are like all basically the same size right here. We don't need that many, so I'm going to let go of that one. I'd like to keep all of them, but I still think that's too much. So because these 3 down here are all clear and I can take off the sticker, I'm thinking of keeping those and then getting rid of this purple one right here and then keep these 3. This is actually slightly bigger than these 2 here, but I think that's okay. So these 3 I am going to keep. I'm going to get rid of this Philosophy one. This is actually a really good jar, and I've had this for a while and used it for a couple of different things, but I think I'm going to let this go and possibly keep some of the other ones. I feel like I should keep all 3 of these too, but I don't know if I need 6 of these basically the same size. I don't know. This is a bit hard because I do like that one. I've used that quite a few times in the past. You know what? Maybe what I'll do is I'll actually get rid of these 2 Mario Badescu ones. These are really good containers to have. I have kept some in the past and used them. But I think I'm going to get rid of these because I don't need a ton of this size. So we've got our minis. This is the last little section of these potted containers. I have a lot of potted containers. Little ones like this size are very, very useful. I use these all the time. These little itty bitty ones are really good to put like foil packet samples of some sort in them and just make it a lot easier to use. So I love these. They're great for travel. So I'm going to keep as many of these as I feel I can or should. So I am going to keep both of these. Again, they're clear and they're a really good small size. Also going to keep this one of the powder ones, and use that for the same purpose because again, all same size. Love that size, works really well. I'm going to do the same for this Kat Von D one. It's a little bit bigger of a size, and this one's basically the same size as the Kat Von D one, so I think I'm going to keep that as well. So these are all clear, which I love that about them. That being said, I have a couple here that are a lot more opaque. This one actually doesn't have a lot of room in it because it does the curve inside, so I am going to be getting rid of this one. This one I have used so much because it's clear, it's a good size. I have used the crap out of this one, so I'm considering keeping that one, so we'll stick that here for now. This one I am going to get rid of, just curves inside and it doesn't have a lot of room, so I'm going to get rid of this one. Alright, so this one does not want to focus, but this one is curved inside, there's not a lot of room, so I'm going to get rid of this one. This one, which is like a white opaque one, and this one has a lot of room inside. This one is a good size.
So it's a little bit bigger than the ones that I just kept here. I think this is about the same size though, and it's a little more clear. I don't know. Do I keep both? And then I have this one. Oh, I want to keep all of these. Doggone it. I might be keeping all of these just because, I mean, I use these all the time, like all the time. So I have them kind of separated out. So these are all the ones that I'm keeping and these are all the ones that I'm getting rid of. I actually think that's pretty good. Like these are stacked up. There are some behind. So that's a good amount. And then I know that I'm keeping a lot. And then this one I'm going to be doing the whatever recycle thing that Lush has. Let's see if it all fits now. I'm gonna do that and then we'll kind of see if there's any extras that I have to get rid of or if everything fits in the areas that I have allocated for these. So here are all the products that I want to keep, or the containers that I want to keep to reuse for different purposes. So I am going to actually take out these two and this one because these ones are for hand soap. So I'm gonna actually put these in a different area. Maybe I'll start with these and then put smaller things inside so I can have more space. Alright, so I did a little bit of rearranging off camera real quick. I was able to fit all of the big items into here and just put the big items in there. It fits perfectly. I was even able to keep this glass jar there. And then I did upgrade this to a bigger bag. You can kind of see in comparison to this, which I think is okay. I was hoping for a smaller bag, but I was able to put all of these spray bottles. I was able to put all of the little jars and everything into there. So that's good. It's not full, which is a good thing as well. So that's what I'm keeping. It fits really nicely. So this is what I'm getting rid of. This is full. I mean, like this, it goes down. So yeah, there's a lot in here. So I'm getting rid of a lot. If you have any ideas of how I can recycle these products, where I can take them or send them out to a certain company, let me know down below because this is a lot of packaging and I just feel like seeing it all at once, I just feel bad throwing it all away. So if you have any recommendations on how I can recycle these containers, please let me know down below in the comments so that I can do that and feel a little better about getting rid of so much. But I am keeping a good amount. It's still a lot, but it's also a little more reasonable than keeping all of this together. But yeah, I know this is kind of an interesting and different kind of declutter, but I still wanted to share it with you because I just thought maybe it could be interesting and maybe you could potentially think of ways to reuse your empty packaging of products, save them for travel, making your own products with them, and things like that. So that was me going through everything, decluttering, narrowing it down, breaking it up into categories with you guys, giving you a few tips and tricks here and there. Hopefully you guys found this interesting, helpful, something entertaining at least. And if you do something similar and keep some of your packaging from products, let me know down below if you do, what you use the packaging for. If you have any ideas that maybe I didn't say, let me know because I would love to be able to use these containers in many ways, even things that maybe I haven't thought of yet. So I would really appreciate hearing your thoughts on that. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Hit that notification bell so you'll be notified of all my future uploads. And I will see you all next time. Have a wonderful and beautiful rest of your day. Bye.